And if I do the math on this one at the Whole Foods price, it is 62 cents per fluid ounce. So I'm paying 10 cents more per fluid ounce for a non-organic version. Come on. Those are the types of things that I prioritize buying at Costco. And that's why I'm showing you all these things in this video, because I think you should have the power of this knowledge so that you can make the most of Costco as well. I have my mask and my hand sanitizer, and I am outside of Costco getting ready to go in. This is a big shopping day because we are out of most of our Costco staples. So I'm gonna bring you along for the ride and show you what healthy family staples I buy at Costco so that you can get some ideas for what you might wanna buy there as well. All right, now that I'm home and I've unloaded the car, I have separated out my healthy family staples from Costco because I know that's what you're here to see. I mean, maybe you want to know every single thing that I bought, but for today, I'm going to focus on the things that I go specifically to Costco for most often so that I can feed my family healthy food more often. I was thinking as I was walking through Costco, what is my criteria for buying it at Costco versus buying it elsewhere? And here's what I came up with. I tend to focus on buying things at Costco that are the things I most want my family to eat. So it's not that there's not lots of other amazing options at Costco, but you'll notice that I didn't buy goldfish because it's not something that I want my kids to be eating all the time. And if we have a Costco size pack, it's going to be a bit of a free-for-all until it's gone, which is, you know, quite a while, or maybe not as long as it should be, but it's a lot of goldfish, right? So I really try to focus on the staples, the things that I feel best about feeding my family at Costco. And then even if it's a little bit more expensive, there are some things that I'll buy elsewhere just to like limit the quantity, both for my husband and I and for our kids. Sound good? First and foremost, one of the things that I always buy at Costco is a bunch of fresh produce, fruits, and vegetables. I buy like cherry tomatoes and bell peppers and apples and bananas and all the things that my kids will eat. But you don't see them here as one of the staples because it's not one of my motivating items to go to Costco. The things that you're seeing here are the things that when we are out of, I'll be like, oh, it's time for a Costco trip because I'm out of those things. So I don't tend to go to Costco specifically for those because they go bad so quickly and because we go through them and because going to Costco can be so expensive. I try to limit my trips to when we're really out of the staples that I'm going to save a lot of money on and that are going to last a long time. And like I said, those things that I feel really good about serving my family. So let's dive in. All right. Probably the number one thing I go to Costco for that I'm motivated to go brave everything for is for the organic pasture-raised eggs. I am obsessed with these eggs. They're so bright yellow, they're super nutritious, and I think it's like $7 something for 24 eggs. I actually buy 2 packages of them at a time because I know we'll go through them with hard-boiled eggs and baking and such. And I love that I can use the very best eggs, where sometimes I will buy the very best eggs for like frying or hard boiling, and then I'll buy less high quality eggs but cheaper eggs for something like baking. So I love the eggs at Costco. The next thing, I am really excited about this. This is actually new to our store, is A2 organic whole milk. So A2 is awesome because it has a more digestible protein, and it used to be that you could only find A2 milk at Costco, but now they have A2 organic. And I was just having a conversation with my husband. Don't be jealous that these are the conversations he gets to have of like, does it make sense to spend more money on the very best milk since it's such a source of nutrition for our kids and they drink it so often? I really try to index on the things that they eat most commonly and make those the most nutritious and then kind of not worry so much about everything else. So because they have milk almost every day, I was like, I need to start getting better milk. And I was so excited because for about $5, a little more than $5, I could get 1.5 gallons of the organic A2 milk. This is going to hold us over for quite a while, and I'll feel really good about what the kids are having, and they'll be happy because they have milk. All right, another staple that when we're out of, I head to Costco for is Kerrygold butter. You can't beat the price on the Kerrygold butter, and we just like, this butter is like yellow and amazing. And one of the things that my son loves to eat with dinner, it's one of our like safe foods. So the things I put on the table for the kids to be able to eat whatever we're eating is bread and butter. And when it's this butter, I feel really good about what I'm serving him. Okay, we were also out of pouches, squeeze pouches, which my kids love to have for snacks. We try not to have them every day. I have mixed feelings about them, but the organic fruit and vegetable pouches that are Kirkland brand are really awesome. My kids love them, and I feel good about them having these for a snack every once in a while, especially when we're on the go. I am in love with Simple Mills almond flour crackers. Probably my husband and I eat these more than the kids, and I'm bummed because I can't send them in my youngest son's lunch because they're nut-free school, but I do love these. I put them out on our snack trays. We eat them with all kinds of dips, and I love that they're like really simple ingredients. There's 8 ingredients in the whole thing, and this is the best price that I've found. Whenever we're out of avocado oil or olive oil, that signals to me that it's one of our times to make the trip to Costco. I just buy the organic extra virgin olive oil, and then I actually use a funnel to put it in one of the old organic virgin olive oil bottles. This one is a great price, and it's actually recommended by Samin Nosrat in her book Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat as a really good olive oil. Now you could buy a better one to use on salads and such, but if you're using it for cooking, this is definitely one to buy. Organic dried mangoes are a staple for snacks. They are like a little bit of a sticky sweet treat, but they're also just organic dried mangoes. There's no sugar added to these or anything. So these will last us quite a while, but they are a pantry staple for us. The kids love to have them for snacks. Perhaps the number one thing that I go to Costco to buy when we're out of is Rao's tomato sauce. It was $2 off today, so I paid like $8 for 2 28-ounce jars, which is unheard of. At Whole Foods, you'd spend about $8 on one of these jars if you're lucky. I think they're even a little bit smaller. The Rao's tomato sauce is like our staple. It's better than any homemade tomato sauce I ever make, and that's saying something. So if you see this at your Costco, I actually bought 2 packs of these. You're gonna wanna grab it too. We also, every once in a while, buy some Ancient Organics ghee. I know not every Costco has the same things or the same prices, so your location may vary, but my husband and I love this to put in bulletproof coffees when we're drinking those. We buy our MCT oil there as well, but we actually already had some, and we'll blend it up, and it's really easy. It's shelf stable, so it doesn't take up any fridge space, and it's also great for cooking Indian dishes and adding extra healthy fats to the kids' dishes. The organic peanut butter is a must buy at Costco. I love that the only things in it are organic peanuts and sea salt. It's pretty easy to start. It stays good for a long time, and this lives in our pantry until it's gone, which I am down to my like very last drop. So that was a big part of my trip today. My 3-year-old is obsessed with string cheese. It's an easy protein and fat option in his lunches, and the organic string cheese at Costco is the best price that I've found. And I love to just keep it on hand so that I can throw it into his lunches or throw it into his snacks as an easy, healthy option for him. My older son loves turkey mayonnaise sandwiches, so he uses Dave's Killer Bread, which I'll talk about in just a minute. This organic turkey from Costco, which you can freeze in packages if you want to. It splits into 3. And then he puts some Sir Kensington's mayonnaise, avocado oil mayonnaise on his sandwiches. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I had to pop back in with a real world example of the things I buy at Costco and how and why I make the decisions. And I just realized this after I went shopping that Sir Kensington's mayo is a great example. It's not in the video because I didn't buy it this time, but so this bottle of Sir Kensington's mayo, if I bought it on Instacart from Costco, would be $12.49 locally to me. And even less in store, I think it's less than $10 because they have a little markup in case you didn't know that. And I paid $9.99 for this bottle of Sir Kensington's mayonnaise at Whole Foods because I wasn't sure I would be at Costco in time. And then my son pointed out the other day that this one, which is 24 ounces, is actually organic. And this one, which is 16 ounces, is actually not organic. And so I did a little math just to show you. And if I do the math on this one, even at the Instacart price, it's 52 cents per fluid ounce. And if I do the math on this one at the Whole Foods price, it is 62 cents per fluid ounce. So I'm paying 10 cents more per fluid ounce for a non-organic version. Come on. Those are the types of things that I prioritize buying at Costco. And that's why I'm showing you all these things in this video, because I think you should have the power of this knowledge so that you can make the most of Costco as well. All right, Dave's Killer Bread, white bread done right. For a long time, I wasn't buying it at Costco because it's so big and one of these really needs to go in the freezer, and we don't have a ton of freezer space usually open. But the price is so good and we go through this so quickly as a family that it just made sense to buy it there. They also have a the green package one. I think it's the seeded bread, if that's more your preference, but my kids love this one, and I feel pretty good about serving it to them. Is there maybe a better option? Sure, but this is something I can get them to eat pretty easily. These are not my cup of tea, but the Perfect Bar organic protein bars are a great grab and go for my husband. So if you guys are like me and you're like, I don't know what's in the fridge for you to eat, then I love having these on hand, because when he's really in a pinch about to start meetings in the office in the middle of the house, he can grab one of the organic protein bars and not ask me what's for breakfast. And the final thing is organic seaweed, just another really good snack option that's easy to take on the go. My kids will share one of these packages. It has lots of nutrients in it, and it's just like so easy and straightforward, and something I don't mind them eating a lot of. I hope this was helpful to you. Oh, and I forgot frozen blueberries. Frozen blueberries also. I hope this was helpful to you today. If I missed one of your favorites from Costco, or something that maybe you have that I don't, will you drop it down in the comments so we can create a list for all the other busy parents who want to feed their family healthy food more often? I'd super appreciate it.